Hello everyone, welcome to Genius channel. Today we'll see some more previous year maths questions. So see the question number 100. Question number 100. Read the question. The angle of elevation of a tower of height h from a point A due south of it is x, and from a point B due east of A is y. If AB equal to Z, then which one of the following is correct? Angle of elevation of a tower of height h from a point due south. From a point due south is x, and from a point B due east of A is y. If AB equal to Z, then which of the following is correct? Please try to draw the figure and try to solve this question. Okay. So have you drawn the figure? So it's better that you draw the figure using two, because they are saying due south and due east. It is better that we draw that in separate figures. So I'll show them in separate figures. Suppose I am taking the height. They have already told height of the tower. I'm drawing the figure here. Okay. Height of the tower, they are saying it is h. And from a point A due south. So three-dimensionally it is difficult to draw, isn't it? So I'm just marking a point A that is due south. And from a point due south, let the point be anywhere. The angle of elevation will be marking like this, isn't it? Angle of elevation, they have given x. So suppose I'm calling this, suppose this as P. Now, what they're saying, and another point due east, that east of A, due east of A, due east of A is B. Due east of A, that point is B. And the angle of elevation is Y. So from a point, then the height P, this is O. Isn't it? Now, what is the condition that you have to understand here is, you have to understand here is, this point, this distance will be same. This distance will be same. Suppose I'm taking this length, this length, this length and this length, that would be same. Because I can redraw this figure. I can redraw this figure. Mixing this figure also I can draw. Or with other, because just for you to understand only I have drawn this separately. If I am combining this figure, I am drawing A in the south, A in the south. And if this is OP, because three-dimensional figure, no, we cannot draw on a paper. That's why. Then this is one triangle, right triangle. This is one right triangle. Then this is also one right triangle. This is also one right triangle. So here just B. And they have given AB as Z. They have given AB as Z. Understood? So these two figures, I just separated them for taking the trigonometry and have drawn here. So if I'm combining, this will be these two figures, these two triangles. One is triangle OPB and the other one will be OPA. And understand, this OB is common. OB is same only. That distance, this is OB. Okay. Now listen, how can we write OA? And this angle is given as X. This angle is given as Y. This angle is given as X. This angle is given as Y. Okay, this is X. This is Y. Now, just tell me what if OA, OA, see OA. OA, can I write it as H? So this is height H. H cot X. OA, can I write it as H cot X? How? Because cot X means adjacent by hypotenuse. So adjacent is OA, not adjacent by opposite. So OA by opposite is H. Similarly, so OA is H cot X. Then how, what about OB? What is OB? OB is nothing but H cot Y. OA is H cot X, OB is H cot Y. So OA and OB I got. Now listen, triangle OAB, triangle OAB. That is also a right triangle, isn't it? That is also a right triangle. This OAB is also a right triangle on a plane, isn't it? Because A and B are lying on the floor or lying points on the floor. So this will be also be a right triangle, isn't it? So here, how can I write? I can write as so here the 90-degree will be here, isn't it? 90-degree will be here. Because B we are marking east of A. B we are marking east of A. Okay. So the right angle will be coming here. So here we can apply Pythagoras theorem. How can you apply OB square? OB square is equal to OA square plus AB square. Okay. So I'm writing the remaining portion here. OB square. What is OB I have got? I have got OB as H cot Y. So OB square means H square cot square Y is equal to OA square. OA is H square cot square X plus what is OB? Sorry, what is AB? AB is given as Z square. So that is H square into cot square Y minus cot square X is equal to Z square. Okay, so which is the correct option? Option A is the correct answer. So listen, the only confusion is there in the figure. So that's why I have drawn these two with the help of a separate triangles. Okay, so the actual figure will be like, if you want, I can again show how to draw. Only the confusion is in drawing the figure and identifying the right angles. See, I have a tower. and that tower is of height h, isn't it? So I drawn that first. Then from a point south of it, due south A, I am looking the elevation. I am looking the elevation. So draw this as a straight line. I am looking the elevation from a point A. Then this is a right angle, isn't it? Now from A, from a point on the east of A, due east, I am looking here. Sorry, yeah, from this point B, I am looking the tower again. So this is X elevation from A. This is elevation from B. Then this AB, they have given X. Now this angle is 90°. Then these two separate triangles I have drawn just to make you understand the two triangles coming. So totally three triangles. One is OPA, one is OPB, the other one is AOB. Okay, so once you get to take simple equations, OA, OB, and the equation for AB, you will get the answer. Answer is option A. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Question number 101. Question number 101. From a deck of cards, cards are taken out with replacement. What is the probability that the 14th card taken out is an ace? From a deck of cards, cards are taken out with replacement. What is the probability that the 14th card taken out is an ace? Try all of you. Try and comment your answers. From a deck of cards, cards are taken out with replacement. What is the probability that 14th card taken out is an ace? Have you got the answer? What is the answer you're getting? Easy now. See, we are taking a card out, then putting that with replacement means we are again putting that. Then repeating again and again. They have not told that how many times we are doing that. Then anytime if we are taking ace out, what will be the probability of ace? How many aces there? There are totally 4 aces, and how many cards are there totally? Totally 52 cards, sir. So 1 by 13. Option is 1 by 13, option B. Understood? There are 4 aces in it, 4 aces and totally 52 cards. So how many times I am taking, that doesn't matter because replacement is happening. Then we have to just take the number of aces divided by total number of cards. Okay. So that was a simple question. Then we'll go to the next question. Question number 102. If A and B are two events, question number 102. If A and B are two events such that P of A is equal to 0.5, P of A is equal to 0.5, P of B is equal to 0.6, P of A intersection B is equal to 0.4. What is P of A union B, the whole complement? What is P of A union B the whole complement? Direct question now. What is the formula that you have to use? Just try. You know the formula. Just try. Once you get the answers, comment it. Okay, let's see. What is the formula? P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. So that is P of A union B is P of A 0.5 plus 0.6 minus A intersection B is 0.4. So that is 1.1 minus 0.4, that is 0.7. So P of A union B is 0.7. Now what they're asking P of A union B complement. Isn't it? So that is what 1 minus P of A union B. So that is 1 minus P of A union B is 0.7. So the answer is 0.3. Answer is 0.3. That is option D. Option D is the correct answer. Okay, let's go to the next question. You have to see the question number 103. Question number 103. The problem is given to 3 students. Question number 103. The problem is given to 3 students A, B, and C, whose probabilities of solving the problem are 1 by 2, 3 by 4, and 1 by 4 respectively. Whose probabilities of solving the problem are 1 by 2, 3 by 4, and 1 by 4 respectively. What is the probability that the problem will be solved if they all solve the problem independently? Probability of solving the problem is given. What is the probability that the problem will be solved if they all solve the problem independently? Okay, so we have to see probability that the problem is solved will be solved. Problem will be solved. Probability that problem will be solved. Okay, probability that problem will be solved. Just try all of you. Any idea? Did you get the answer? Once you get the answer, comment it. This same question repeatedly asked already. This was a previous year question. Again, the same question asked being asked. So probability that the problem will be solved. Okay, probability that problem will be solved. That will be equal to 1 minus probability that it will not be solved, isn't it? It will not be solved. 1 minus it will not be solved. Probability of will be solved is equal to 1 minus probability of will not be solved. So 1 minus probability of will not be solved means what? That A will not solve, B will not solve, and C will not solve. So A will, what is the probability that A will solve the problem? That is 1 by 2. So what is P of A bar that A will not solve? That is also 1 by 2. Probability of B solving is 3 by 4. So what is the probability that B will not solve? That will be 1 by 4. Probability that C will solve? That is 1 by 4. So probability that C will not solve. What is that? That is 3 by 4. So P, either A should not solve or and B should not solve. Not either. A should not solve, B should not solve, C should not solve. That is probability that it will not be solved. So that is 1 minus P of A bar is 1 by 2 into P of B bar is 1 by 4 into C bar is 3 by 4. So that is 1 minus 3 by 4 into 4, 16 into 2, 32. So that is a 19 by 29 by 32. 29 by 32. That is the probability that problem will be solved. How did you choose that? How did you do that? We have written probability that problem will be solved is what? 1 minus probability that it will not be solved. So it will not be solved means A should not solve, B should not solve, C should not solve. So A should not solve means 1 by 2. B should not solve means 1 by 4. C should not solve means 3 by 4. So 1 minus, multiply that, you'll get 1 minus 3 by 32, that is 29 by 32. 29 by 32. Okay. So that's for all for today. We'll continue with some more questions in the next class. Thank you everyone. Study well.